Most men over 60 begin their mornings the same way they have begun them for decades. The routine is familiar, automatic, and largely unconsidered. Wake, shower, dress, leave. The specific decisions made within that sequence, which shirt, which shoe, which grooming step, whether to check the collar or the trouser length, or the leather coordination, are not made deliberately. They happen or they do not, based on available time and available attention, and the result, on most mornings, is an appearance that is acceptable, but not quite as strong as it could be. The gap between acceptable and strong is smaller than most men realize. It does not require more clothes, more money, or more time. It requires 5 specific habits, each taking less than 2 minutes, applied consistently every morning before leaving. 5 habits that together produce a version of the man that is more composed, more defined, more intentional, and more authoritative than the version that leaves the house without them. Not a transformation, a calibration. The same man, but sharper in every detail. This is not a grooming video, although grooming is part of it. It is not a wardrobe video, although the wardrobe is part of it. It is a complete morning system. The 5 specific things that a well-dressed man over 60 does before he leaves the house that ensure every element of his appearance is working together rather than simply being present. 5 things, 10 minutes total, consistently applied. This channel is about classic menswear, timeless style, and the complete picture of how men over 60 can look and present themselves at their best. Today we are building the morning system that makes that happen. The first morning habit is the one that saves the most time and produces the most consistent results, laying out the complete outfit the night before. Not choosing the shirt in the morning while standing in front of the wardrobe half awake. Not discovering that the trousers need pressing when there are 12 minutes until departure. Not realizing at the door that the belt does not match the shoes. The night before outfit review takes 4 minutes and produces a morning that requires no decisions about appearance at all. The blazer is on the chair, the shirt is beside it, the trousers are pressed and hanging, the belt and shoes are checked for coordination and placed together, the watch is on the nightstand. Everything is ready. The morning becomes purely about the physical routine, shower, grooming, dressing in order, because the decisions were already made in a calm, considered state the evening before, rather than under the pressure of morning urgency. There is also a specific quality benefit to the night before review. In the evening, a man has the time and the calm to look at a combination and ask, is this exactly right? Is the shirt color correct for this jacket? Is the shoe in the right leather family as the belt? Is anything in the combination slightly off? These are questions most men cannot ask honestly when they have 11 minutes before they need to be out of the door. The evening review creates the space for honest, deliberate decision-making that the morning rush never provides. There is a third benefit that most men only discover after the first week. The morning itself changes character. The man who has laid his outfit out the night before does not begin his day in a state of minor decision-making stress. He begins it with the calm of someone who has already handled that. This is a small thing, but accumulated over 30 days, the difference between mornings that begin in calm preparation and mornings that begin in rushed improvisation is significant. The composed start to the day produces a more composed man throughout the day. The second morning habit is the 5-minute grooming check. Not a full grooming routine, which should already be part of the daily routine, but a specific pre-departure check of the 5 grooming details that change between the shower and leaving the house, and that most men do not check again before they go. Collar and neckline. Has the shirt collar settled correctly, or has one point lifted in the time since dressing? Is the neckline clean and uncluttered? Hair. Has the styling held since the bathroom, or has any section shifted in the time since? Beard or clean shave. Is the defined line still defined, or has the neckline begun to blur? Ears and nose. 3 seconds with the bathroom light. Skin. Is anything visible at the face and neck that should be addressed before the day's interactions? These 5 checks take under 5 minutes and prevent the specific grooming oversights that, once noticed, cannot be unseen by the man or by anyone he encounters. The third morning habit is the 2-minute outfit check, the standing assessment that catches the small details that undermine an otherwise well-assembled outfit. This is the 3-second focal point test from the simplicity video extended into a more complete assessment. The man stands at the mirror, full body if possible, and checks 6 points in sequence. Collar flat, jacket shoulder seam at the shoulder point, 1 centimeter of shirt cuff visible at the jacket sleeve, trouser length at a clean break at the shoe, pockets flat and uncluttered, belt color coordinated with shoe. 6 points, 2 minutes, nothing missed. This check is the final quality control of the morning system, the step that catches the lifted collar, the stuffed pocket, the wrong belt, and the sleeve that has slipped too far down the wrist. Each of these details, unchecked, is a small mistake that accumulates into a less sharp overall impression over the course of the day. Checked and corrected before leaving, each is eliminated before it has any opportunity to register. If you are finding this useful, a complete specific morning system rather than abstract style advice, go ahead and subscribe. This channel is built around exactly this level of practical detail, and there is a great deal more coming. The fourth morning habit is the posture reset, a 30-second deliberate physical calibration that most men never do, but that has an immediate and visible effect on how the clothes sit, how the face reads, and how the man carries himself from the moment he walks out of the door. The posture reset is simple. Standing at the door or at the mirror, the man draws his shoulder blades gently back and down. He lifts his head until his ears are directly over his shoulders. He takes 1 slow breath, allowing the chest to expand and the shoulders to settle into their correct position. Then he does the chin tuck, drawing the chin slightly back until the neck is long and the head is balanced over the spine rather than forward of it. 30 seconds. The jacket now sits correctly at the shoulder. The shirt collar frames the face at its correct height. The chest is open, and the man who walks out of the door looks immediately more authoritative than the man who would have walked out without this reset. The posture reset also has a specific relationship with the outfit check that precedes it. A man who checks his collar and jacket fit while standing with rounded shoulders is checking an inaccurate baseline. The jacket will look different when the posture is correct than when it is not. The correct sequence is outfit check first, in relaxed natural stance, posture reset second, so that the final version of the outfit that leaves the house is assessed and carried at its correct baseline. The 2 habits work in sequence, and together they ensure that both the clothes and the body carrying them are working correctly from the first moment of the day. The posture reset is not something to be done once and then forgotten. It should be repeated at natural reset points throughout the day, when sitting down at a table, when entering a room, when stepping out of a car. But the morning version is the most important because it establishes the baseline from which the day begins. The man who begins the day in correct posture will drift less from that position throughout the day than the man who begins without it. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 morning habits are you already doing, and which one do you think would make the biggest difference if you added it this week? Tell me in the comments. I read every one. The 5th morning habit is the final 2-minute shoe check and maintenance moment. This is not a full polish. The full polish should be done twice a week as a separate habit. This is the pre-departure check, a quick brush to remove any surface dust accumulated from the previous wear, a check for any new scuffs that need attention before the shoes go out again, and a final wipe to ensure the leather surface is alive rather than dry. The shoe check matters for a specific reason that goes beyond appearance. The shoes are the last thing a well-dressed man looks at before leaving the house, and they set the tone for how carefully he has attended to the rest of his appearance. A man who checks his shoes before leaving is a man who attends to details. That attention is visible in every other element of his presentation, not because the shoes are the most important element, but because the habit of checking them is the same habit that produces all the other checks. The The man who polishes his shoes is also the man whose collar is flat, whose trouser length is correct, and whose belt matches his shoe. It is one habit that signals the presence of all the others. There is also a practical benefit beyond the signal. A shoe that is brushed before each wear lasts significantly longer than one that is not. The dust and debris that accumulates on leather through a day's wear, if left, becomes embedded in the grain and slowly degrades the leather's surface and suppleness. 2 minutes with a brush before each wear removes this before it can cause damage. The same shoe that might need replacing after 2 years of neglect will last 6 or 8 years with consistent, simple maintenance. The morning shoe check is therefore not only the final quality control of the appearance system, it is the investment that protects the quality of the wardrobe over time. Here is the complete morning system. The night before, lay out the complete outfit, check the leather coordination, have everything ready. Habit 2, the 5-minute grooming check. Collar, hair, beard, ears and nose, skin. Habit 3, the 2-minute outfit check. Collar, shoulder, cuff, trouser, break, pockets, belt and shoe. Habit 4, the 30-second posture reset. Shoulder blades back, head level, chin tuck, chest open. Habit 5, the shoe check. Quick brush, scuff check, leather wipe. 10 minutes. Not consecutive. Distributed across the morning routine as natural checkpoints. Applied consistently for 30 days, these 5 habits become automatic. The collar check happens without thinking. The posture reset becomes the default. The night before review becomes as natural as setting an alarm. And the man who leaves the house after 30 days of this system is a consistently sharper, more defined, more intentional version of the man who left the house before it. So here is the challenge. Choose one of these 5 habits, the one that is most absent from your current morning, and apply it deliberately for 7 days. Not all 5. 1. 7 days. Notice the difference it makes to how you feel walking out of the door and to how the morning proceeds compared to how it proceeded before. Then add a second habit, then a third. The system builds one habit at a time. If you found this useful, subscribe and share it. This is the kind of morning system that most men are never given and that makes a real visible difference when applied consistently. In the next video, we are going into the work dressing mistakes that most men over 60 are making and exactly how to dress with authority in every professional setting. You will not want to miss that one.